Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say. Mother.
Hello all, and we are live for the probably two people that are actually here. But we are here to talk WrestleMania. We are joined by someone that should have probably been part of one of these a long time ago, even when we did them a long years ago, which is Sanders Robin, who has always been kind of in our, what would you say, orbit? Would that be
a
Yeah.
More of the, if the orbit was shaped like a basketball, that would be the orbit he was in.
Him and Cedar would be the two. So
we got to get Sean on one of these in general. Like we got to do that one of these weeks.
But we're here to talk WrestleMania as it is WrestleMania week. Can't even say weekend anymore. It's WrestleMania week.
There's shows going on right now.
There were shows last night. Just craziness. But let me find my stuff here. I am not prepared.
What else?
It's the show.
Well, before we start,
Yeah.
can I ask a question? I asked a question last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marquine gave me a straight answer, and I appreciate that. Overall, what's your interest level for WrestleMania weekend?
A four.
Yeah.
You're a 4 this year. You were 6 last year. Now you're a 4.
A four. I want to see. Well, we'll talk more about it, but there are 2 shows that I'm really looking forward to, and there are matches here and there. That's it, honestly.
Yeah, that's in the thing that I sent out, and Marquine was probably the only one that may have got it. I put whatever happened to WrestleMania weekend, because I would say the last
2. I think
last
20,
the pandemic
2019
stuff
was good. 2019 was good.
Well, the pandemic stuff hurt a lot, but it's definitely not where it used to be, and some of that is probably because WWE's hot, and part of the thing was that, hey, you went to WrestleMania weekend, WrestleMania, you basically, the diehards would go to WrestleMania because you were there, so you go to WrestleMania, it's the biggest show of the year, but really you were going for probably like 5 other shows. Yeah, like 5 other shows that you wanted to see. And shows, not just matches, but shows. And I don't think that's the case anymore. I think it probably, and we can talk about this, we've kind of talked about this before. I think it really speaks to where indie wrestling and wrestling outside of I would say AEW and WWE in the US really is now, and how far it's fallen. And I don't necessarily think that is necessarily a talent thing. I also think that's the people booking this stuff also aren't doing the best job of booking the best stuff, especially on a weekend like this. But we can get into all of that. What do the rest of you think?
Where are people like DPW and some of the other big indies? Like Defy came out.
Right.
Russell Revolver came out. People like AIW. I know they stopped running.
I'll do you one better. Where's TNA? Where's MLW? Where's MLW? Where's NWA?
Yeah, where's NWA?
Yeah. Why don't they put on cards this weekend? So
you've been asking that for decades.
I know, but I'm just
why is there no TNA show this year for Impact? That doesn't make sense.
Don't know.
Maybe because they're doing Rebellion in a couple weeks.
Why not just do Rebellion?
Yeah,
right.
I think that's a good point.
Well, they were doing that Multiverse of Madness gimmick for like a couple years, and maybe, I don't know, if they don't have enough talent or something to kind of spread around or whatnot.
Yeah.
But
last year's I just thought it was
to be fair,
injuries.
To be fair, Multiverse of Madness only works with New Japan, and I don't know if you guys know, but Sakura Genesis is also this weekend.
Right.
so they can't. They can't really spare anybody. So.
Yeah, I'm probably in that 5 to 6 range. And we'll talk about a little bit more, but I think, like the lack of indies. But for me, the lack of the card for Ring of Honor is probably what's hurting me the most. Is that one show that you always could kind of bank on. And granted, we could get some stuff here thrown together the next couple of days, but as of right now, the card's just not living up to any type of hype at all.
That card sucks, man.
There's no card.
There's no card.
What card?
Well, I mean, you got
matches.
Mark Briscoe and Eddie Kingston. I think that's a hell of a matchup.
But
And it's mostly women's matches. The women's stuff.
The starter match looks good, and
Yeah.
Briscoe and Eddie
But no,
Kingston.
I know what you mean though. Like it doesn't feel like Super Card of Honor 3 worthy, right? Or
Oh hell no.
Oh, no. He was on top
obviously,
with that one.
but I think a lot of it has to do with Dynasty though. It feels like they're saving so much good stuff for the AEW show that it's like Super Card is just it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, it's a weird, like, this is definitely, I think just looking over everything, there's a lot of like, why would you watch this? And then then just going from there. But yeah, like I don't think it's a talent issue when it comes to like non-big shows. I think it's really just the people putting these shows together not going, hey, let's put on some cool stuff. And you know, the only one that seems to get that, weirdly enough, is Josh Barnett. And that's so weird that Josh Barnett,
I would definitely agree, man. Like
is the only one that gets it.
I think also this highlights the problem of the indies all year round. What they do, they bring in the guys from AEW or someone from Japan or someone from Mexico. And back in the day, the idea is when you do that, you use them against your guys, so your guys could get more exposure. And you know, voila. What they would do is they would just put on a match from like an AEW match on our show, like Defy booked Swerve Strickland and Darby Allin like every fucking month. Like, you know, use your guys that you have there to go against the guys that are on national TV. The dudes you bring in from Mexico, you know, even if they lose, like that's how they get exposure. Because Gabe Sapolsky did it, you know, back in the day with Ring of Honor. Like we would see the guys from Noah face ROH guys, or the guys from Dragon Gate face ROH guys. Win, lose, or draw. That's how, you know. It makes too much sense, I guess. Makes too much sense.
Be West Coast Pro, not GCW. That would be mine.
Exactly.
That would be my thing. But I guess we should
WWE took their weekend back. That's pretty much what it is.
That's the other part of it.
That's
I was
also
going to say that.
the two-night event too. I think that hurts it too for the indies.
And WWE's hot, so
Yeah.
basically you got people who are going to want to go to SmackDown now. People are going to want to go to both nights of WrestleMania, which basically makes it what you got. No one pretty much runs anything of importance on Saturday. If you run,
can't.
And even like Friday when like the big shows are, you're running against SmackDown, so it just makes it just so much harder. But I also don't think you need to like throw in the towel, and but we can get into all of that as we.
Are you sure, Josh?
Yeah,
sure? It's starting to feel that way.
I know it's starting to feel that way. I know.
Just wave the white flag on this shit, man. It's just, yeah.
Let's see. Who wants to run down? Do you have it up, Chase?
I got something.
We're gonna do every single one of these cards because
No, do the stuff that's
Just, let's start on Thursday.
yeah, Thursday. Let me. Oh shit.
Well, hold on. What show is gonna have? Well, I just want to talk about this. I think it's before Thursday. They're doing Paul London versus Speedball Mike Bailey. And if you that's tomorrow, right?
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah,
the Labor of Love show.
That's the Labor of Love show. Yeah.
So if you took Paul London from like 2008 versus Speedball Mike Bailey, we got something. Have y'all seen him lately?
No.
Yeah, I mean
London.
No.
I haven't. I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't seen him since Davey Richards gave him that massive concussion.
He's
When was that? Like 12 years ago.
Like he was good in the last time he was any good was Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
And he's
Eric.
And he was a shell of himself then. What's up, Eric? What's up?
Yeah,
he was a shell of himself then, and like now he's even worse. Like I not looking forward to that at all. Not looking forward to that, but I just think it's interesting they're doing it.
Anyways.
And I'm sorry, what's the name of that show, Chase, with London?
Labor of Love.
What Labor of Love is the promotion?
That's the promotion.
Yeah.
Labor of Love and Sean Henderson presents Wrestle John.
Yeah, Wrestle John.
John.
I mean,
because
is that on a certain site away
It
from?
This is on
Independent Wrestling?
Okay.
IWTV. Yeah.
Independent Wrestling. So, but
Anyways, Thursday, April 4th, Defy came out of Seattle to go to Philadelphia.
That's one of the 2 shows I'm looking forward
No,
to.
this looks pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
Kenta versus Gringo Loco. It's not a bad matchup.
That's
All right, here's the thing. If Kenta takes it serious and brawls and just does what he actually can do now and not the stick, that should be good. I don't know now. I don't know.
I don't know. I think they can have a veteran match where they don't do a lot, but it's still fun. I think they're both capable of doing that. That makes sense.
Capable, but does he want to?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that you don't have to have like Kenta, and you don't have to have like a real intense match. I think they can still go out there and have a fun match, and it still be good. That makes sense. I don't.
I mean, Gringo got a good match with anybody though. With me, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's also a trios 3-ways dance. Evan Rivers, Judas Icarus, is it Tracy Williams or Travis Williams?
Travis Williams.
Travis Williams
versus Dragon Gate. I didn't know Ho Ho Lun was in Dragon Gate.
Yeah, that's who's taking the fall. Just so you know.
Shun Skywalker and Ben K versus Cody Chun, Guillermo Rosas, and Casey Navarro. I guess Dragon Gate's coming to Philadelphia.
There is no chance that's not at least very good. So yeah.
I watched this show because it's going to be a part of Triller Plus. Because if I pay for it, I probably would skip on it. So I watch it because it's going to be a part of the package.
$8.99, $9.99,
$9.99. Yeah.
I mean, you guys would know better than me. How is the current crop of Dragon Gate talent?
All right. I'm glad
different.
It is very young. It's not the guys like you used to. Like all those guys have moved on. Doy's gone.
There's still some familiar guys like Yamato, Dragon Kid still there.
Yeah.
Shun Skywalker. I saw Shun Skywalker in Bola. So he's kind of different.
Yamato has lost quite a few steps. Yes. But Dragon Kid's still there. The veteran guys have been completely like kind of phased out from like
SEMA,
yeah, all those. Well, SEMA, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother show. But so Dragon Gate in itself, the young guys that you remember seeing that we, when it was hot that we saw, they're all like either old or just gone, and like there's a whole new crop of guys, and a lot of them are talented. They just don't work the style that we know Dragon Gate for. That's the thing.
That's what I was gonna say. It's much more of a theatrical style now than it was before. It's still not like.
However, so far this year, pretty goddamn great.
Yeah, they're putting on good stuff, but yeah, it's just different. I would say it's just different. It's not what you think of Dragon Gate.
Yeah.
But where are we at?
I'm scrolling.
Chase, what? I see your face.
For the next show.
Well, there's a Mike Bailey
show
match, right, against Chris Brooks from the Defy show.
Yeah, that should be good too. Chris Brooks was amazing last year.
Chris Brooks
and I hate him. I'm one of those people that he's always sucked, but he was good last year.
I know who Mao is. I don't know who Mao is.
Mao's from DDT.
Oh, that would be why. So
what's the next show on there?
I think Stardom's the next notable one. I see.
The notable one, yeah.
Yeah.
We got.
They want $25 for that.
You have to buy Stardom.
I'm going to rightfully pass, but I hope it goes out well.
Here's also the thing. Probably the biggest Stardom fan here. As a big fan of Stardom, that show is disappointing as fuck. Like the main event, Megan Bain versus Micah. Like I don't want to. Who the fuck wants that, man?
So as a Stardom fan, this is not a good card.
No, it's not. Well, it's okay. Like it's almost like a good road to show. It doesn't feel like a big show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a good road to show with title matches on it. I do like the nostalgia. Well, I guess not nostalgia because it was just last year of getting Club Venus back together. Zaya Brookside, Mariah May, Mina Shirakawa. That's cool. And it's other stuff like that on it that's fun, but nothing to really sink your teeth into except that high speed match. That's gonna be nuts, especially for that Philly crowd. For people that have never seen that style of Stardom high speed, they're in for something. Other than that, though, nah. Everything else is it's fine. It's just I'm a little disappointed.
This might be what you're getting though from now on from Stardom. This might be the preview.
I don't know about that. I still think they got enough women where like the big matches will still feel how they do. I mean, no Julia, that hurts. That hurts. I'm not gonna lie. No, like that hurts. No Tommy Lou, that hurts too. But other than that, like everybody else that left.
So is anyone going to spend the $25 to get the Stardom show? I'm just curious.
I don't know if I will. And I'm a huge Stardom fan. I don't know if I will. Honestly.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, skipping a bunch of shows. 4 o'clock, 3 p.m. Central. We have Josh Barnett's Bloodsport X, which
I think this looks cool, man.
That's the second show I'm looking forward to.
I think it'll definitely be better than last year's. Last year's was good, but it just wasn't that memorable.
Last year's had the Ibushi match, right?
Yeah.
Ibushi, Mike Bailey, yeah. That was good. It was just kind of short, Other than that, nothing really stood out compared to the other ones. I remember the one with Gresham, like, blew me away. I think that might have been 4 in Atlantic City. But I just think this card looks sexier than last year's. I don't know. It's because maybe they're in Philadelphia, better talent, and they're but no, like Nightmare. You were saying Shayna and Masha is the match you're most looking forward to the whole weekend, right?
Yeah. Well, yes and no. Like I'm looking forward to that because I love Shayna Baszler, but also on that card will probably be the best match of the weekend with
the Big Japan match.
Yeah, the Astronauts. That'd probably be the best match of the whole weekend. So they're going to do the match they had last year, but in Bloodsport. So yeah, man. That should be great.
Those guys, was it Abe and Nomura?
Yeah, Abe and Nomura.
They're from Big Japan.
They're from they go all over, but yeah, primarily in Big Japan.
The match that was on YouTube, is that a Big Japan match or is that a different promotion?
The one-on-one match.
They have like a 23-minute match on YouTube. It was great, but I wasn't clear what promotion it was from.
That was their promotion. The We Are the Fighting Detectives. That's their promotion.
Oh, okay.
That's the promotion they run.
Yeah, that's going to be that's already signed to be the main event at Bloodsport.
Oh, okay, cool. There you go.
That should be really
in the main event. I said they didn't put Nick Nemeth in there.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you put him as the main event?
Nick Nemeth.
Has any of them dudes that all got fired from WWE had like any juice to them at all?
Nemeth at first. And like even his matches have been fine. I think that he's just doing the Dolph thing though, and I think people want him to like do something that like he's had good matches. It's just he's been Dolph Ziggler outside of the WWE.
I mean, he was a really good college wrestler. You'd think this environment would bring something different out of him.
That's true.
I think one of you guys said this on an earlier video. I think someone said 5 years too late for Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, that was
Chase said that.
But no, this is one of the better cards of the whole weekend. So
no, I agree. Like I wish I could just spend the money on this without getting the other stuff, even though it is cheap. So it won't give me a headache. I would just like to buy it.
Nope, that's not 2024. You can't just buy one thing. You either buy it all or none.
Yeah.
Like the Honor Club, you get it all or you get none.
Man, I wish that show was structured different because there's good wrestling on it, man. I wish it was a show instead of a series of matches.
What, Honor Club?
No, Ring of Honor.
Every week is just a series of weird matches.
Yeah. It's a better version of Dark. Is what
it is. There you go. I wish they would spend more time running angles because I don't know if y'all saw the Eddie Kingston Mark Briscoe thing to actually hype this match. Have y'all seen it?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say it was really
good. Shit was awesome.
Yeah.
I wish they would do more of that, but they don't. I don't know why. It's almost like Tony don't
He
give
ain't
a
got
fuck about
time.
this show
He
at
ain't
all.
got time. He ain't got time. What? He's got soccer team, football team, AEW. All right.
He had that 2 years ago when he started back up Ring of Honor.
We
so.
know this. We were saying it at the time. Who's he gonna give the book to? The answer was nobody, and it's suffered.
The show's always great. Look, I'm complaining about this card, but I know this show is going
Oh,
It's
the
going to turn out to be
pay-per-views.
good. Yeah, it's going to turn out to be
been
good.
great.
They've always been better than expected. Ever
Mhm.
since Tony Khan's been booking.
We just
I'm
jumped
wondering.
ROH.
I'm wondering how many of the CML guys were supposed to be on this show, though.
Oh,
I'm
that
wondering
shit,
how
that,
many-
that shit hurts my soul, man.
What?
that shit hurts my
I
soul.
wonder how
man.
many were supposed to be on this show because I bet, especially the young guys, I bet there was supposed to be a ton of them. Especially the guys that weren't going to be on the in the Arena Mexico show. I mean,
They had to pull Hechicero from like so many cars this weekend.
yeah,
So many cars. I know for a fact he was going to be on that Ring of Honor show, but they had to pull him. He was on so many shows, and they had to pull him.
because
That hurts. That hurts, man.
Volador was going to be here this weekend, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So he was probably going to
him too.
He was probably going to be on there. I mean, pretty much anyone that was not going to be on the Friday, which is that show is insane too. That Arena Mexico show Friday.
Oh, the one coming up.
Yeah.
Danielson versus Blue
I
Panther.
said, no, the one last week, which was I don't know if y'all saw that show.
Yeah.
That was good.
Might be my show of the year, man. I don't know. I don't know. But that one, and then the one coming up on Friday, and then the one after that, man. Like Jesus Christ, here, Miller, calm down. Crazy.
But yeah,
Are they still making the WrestleCon show?
yes,
Yeah.
That's right after.
Some of those
Some of
dudes
them.
but some of them they had work visa issues. But some of them are. They're doing Teton and Michael Oku, which is
that'll be something.
that should be so. If he keeps his wife at home, that match should be awesome.
What Matt? That's on what show?
That's on the WrestleCon Super Show. We're jumping all over now. But
Well,
I didn't see Michael Oku's name on the card.
they just
That's
announced it.
They
today.
just announced it.
They
Today.
just
They
announced it.
literally
Wow.
just a couple hours ago.
That's dope.
Yeah, he's coming off of that Rev Pro match with Ospreay. I still need to see that.
Oh, is this Mark Hickok? Oh, okay.
Mark Hitchcock.
Yeah.
So we don't know who Matt Riddle's wrestling yet.
Yeah, we
They
do.
announced
It's
This is always a show I look forward to.
Paul Walter Hauser versus Sammy Callahan. Oh, fuck off.
This is always a show I look forward to. Always got some good
Sammy
matches
can't
on
even
there.
he can't even brawl no more. Like he's worthless now. He's terrible.
Joey Janela versus Nick Nemeth.
It's got the Los Boricuas versus FBI on there.
yeah.
That should be fun, honestly. That should be
Yeah.
Wait, Mystico's on this show.
Yeah.
So
as of now.
No, I think all of those guys are good. I think it
Okay.
was because it's only some of the CML guys. So
So Mystico's good to go.
I think Mystico's good to go.
Who would you put
Okay.
him against, though?
Huh?
Who would you put him against on that ROH show?
Well, this is what but the thing is he's probably flying back because this is
Yeah, he probably has to
Thursday.
go back.
yeah, he's probably flying back.
I would imagine. I mean, he's not announced for that show on Friday, but he's gonna be on it.
I feel like there's like too much, and yet at the same time not enough for me to get hyped about looking this stuff over, man.
Yeah.
I will say this.
It's like looking at the Cheesecake Factory menu. Just too many
The
choices.
one thing about this weekend, this is the opportunity for a lot of these dudes that are. I know some of them are talented. I've seen some of them. I know some of them are talented, but this is their moment. You know what I mean? To really do something. Like I know Mike Bailey had been around, for years and years and years, but last weekend was when he was like, last year was like the moment where he, this dude is literally one of the best wrestlers in the world. It was last year that he did that, so maybe somebody will take the opportunity this weekend to do the same thing.
Well, who would be that guy though if you had to pick one? Like that's booked in a lot of matches, like Mike Bailey was.
The problem is his promotion.
It's probably Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler looks like it's the guy to me this year. Like
It's like if he's gonna break out, it would be this because he's on a lot of shows.
he's just on everything. Yeah.
Also, maybe Chris Brooks because he's in a lot of he's on a lot of stuff.
That's a good
too.
one.
Maybe him too.
But like these promotions are signing guys at 18 now. There's people get noticed off clips that go viral on social media, and then they get snatched up. Like it's not like it used to be. It's not like where I would see Adam Page carrying a water bucket and be like, that guy's gonna be something someday. It's like I don't pay attention to wrestling like I used to either. Like I got my fill with AEW, but it's like hard to see people coming around the corner now. It's like you have to be completely locked in.
Well, that's part of it's kind of the thing with the indies is you don't have I don't feel like the best people are being booked, and then when they're booked, I don't think they're being booked well when you get to the regional dudes that are going to come out like GCW is a massive platform is
Adam Priest
is a great platform, but you can't trust their booking to watch their shows. So it's it's just it hurts a lot when
there are too many joke promotions.
Yeah,
that's annoying. And too many joke shows.
There's too many.
Like I bought up Adam Priest just now. Like when there's guys like him, who legit is one of the best wrestlers in the country, but because he's not he's not a star. I love Adam Priest, but he's not a star. Cool
there's
dude.
There's too many promotions trying to be Spring Break, and not enough trying to be West Coast Pro. I'm going to bring up West Coast Pro a lot, but not enough.
I mean, because to me they're the standard. That's how indie wrestling should look. You're right. But
and
everybody wants to be GCW.
Yes, everyone wants to be GCW, and it's like you can't be GCW. You can't run. No other indie promotion can run every weekend. No other indie promotion has to deal with Fight TV like GCW does. The problem is that again, they just put matches together and they're like, oh, this will be fun, and to the people who follow GCW and like GCW, that if they go to the live events, I think it's fine. But watching that stuff is just like, can we get something a little better, please? And we don't get that. So,
and nobody has Joey Janela, who is connected to everyone.
Right.
That's how he's able to get all these big names, guys like Minoru Suzuki, guys like from Noah flying in because he has connections there and he knows everybody. Everybody's cool with him. You don't have Joey Janela.
Right.
That's why GC, I don't always like the shit, but that's why GCW works, because Joey Janela is, what I mean?
But then Brent and him just book these shitty cards, even with these. That's another.
That's true.
That's true.
Let's put 4 scrambles on a fucking card.
Yeah, too many scrambles. Yeah.
I think there's fucking 7.
I remember last week, every single show started with the scramble.
Right. You don't need everyone take a look what's being overdone and be like, hey, maybe we don't do that. Which is why I think Bloodsport always stands out, because it's so different than everything else.
It's just let's get guys in and let them get out for the next show. That's how it kind of felt last year.
And I'm talking all this shit about WrestleMania weekend, but I do it every year. I'm going to watch almost all of these shows.
You are not going to watch all these shows. It is humanly impossible.
I do. I said
the ones that matter. The ones that
matter. Like the ones we're talking about. I mean, there's a ton we just skipped over that are even streaming that no one.
I don't think honestly the best card, the show with a bunch of talent is that Spark, that Joshi show, the Spark show.
Yeah.
With all those chicks. But I don't think it's streaming. I don't think so. It's chicks from TJP. It's chicks from Stardom all on this show, and I don't think it's streaming. I don't know. I didn't see anything about it streaming.
Is TJP, are they doing their own?
Yeah, they're doing their own.
Yeah, they're doing their own.
God, that show looks bad. Oh,
yeah, that show's not good.
Looks bad.
They had the nerve to charge last year. I think this year is part of.
Oh, that show looks terrible, man. That show looks so bad.
All right, well, it's time to talk about the show of the weekend. NXT Stand and Deliver.
Oh, my God.
No,
what is even on that show?
I'm joking. It's,
I want to see the main event, though.
They got 13,000 tickets out for that show.
What?
Yeah, they
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
13,000 for that show for NXT. I mean, I don't know the card, but
yeah, I think Mello and Trick is the main event.
Yes,
I actually want to see that.
Okay, I have a question about that, and people are going to say,
"Yeah,
hey,
me too." I got something to say about it.
If it's 13,000, how many of those 13,000 are packaged
Oh,
Tickets.
Man, who
Tickets,
cares?
dude.
For them, who
I-
cares?
No. I'm just so
I
people.
feel
Like,
what you're
oh, they got
saying.
I think
but it's
I think
not-
you're right. I think it's part of the package. Yeah.
But then of those 13, how many people are actually going to show up for that
That's
show?
true.
That's my point.
It
It's
was
not-
a lot of people. It was a lot of people there last year, though, Josh.
But it wasn't
A lot of people
13
there.
though. It was like 8 or something. Like it was.
But
I
also,
know.
that one last year was like 9:00 a.m. for them.
right.
So this year it's going to be a much reasonable time. So people might be like,
Right.
"Oh, let's just go hit this
So
up."
yeah.
Well, why isn't that
Especially,
such
it's
a
in the
bad
same
time?
vicinity. The Wells Fargo Center and the stadium are right next to each other, so you don't have to go out of your way to see the show.
We'll see.
Especially
That's
during
my
Mania.
question. It's not that hey they sold all the that's fine. It's just how many of those people are actually like showing up, because being someone that's never bought one of those packages, I don't know how many people buy them and then don't do all like if I was
Because
gonna
they
buy
think,
one,
oh, I'm gonna save some money
right,
instead of
Well, you might get the best
right.
tickets to Mania if you do one of those packages. You know?
right.
Yeah,
So
you might be right.
and then you get the like if you do the like premium packages where you get to do the meet and greets outside of access and the hotel stuff and all of that. Like I could see doing that, but still not being big enough to go to the the shows like that show, especially the NXT show. But it is what it is. So
Chase, what is on that? I know the main event, but what
You
else?
said
is on
so.
that
You
card?
said it's Mello versus Trick for the title. Is the main event?
Mello versus
Mello and
Trick.
Trick. I think it's not for the title. It's
Yeah,
just
it's not for a title.
It's
Who's
just a
champion?
match.
Dragunov is the
Yeah,
champion. I
Dragunov's
think
the
he's
champion.
facing Tony D'Angelo for the championship.
Jesus.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
What a waste of their best wrestler in the whole fucking company. What a
Trying to think
waste.
What else is there?
that
You
whole
Lyra Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez.
ugh,
Roxanne's a
Obafemi
heel now.
Obafemi versus Dijak versus Josh Briggs, and Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker versus a mystery
what?
team. The winner of the tournament.
The winner of the tournament. Yeah, it doesn't look like a great show. Yeah, it's just
God, man. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. That card sounds terrible. I'm going to watch it, though. I'm going to watch it.
I can't commit to it.
I can't. Well, I can't.
Go
I
see
can't
Monkey Man
stand
and
what
break
like.
up the
it
monotony
fe-
of
feels like
wrestling.
Dragunov is overdue to come up to the main roster.
I mean, the
It's
thing
just
with
like enough
NXT is
already.
I watch NXT and then everything I don't like about WWE is like
It's
cranked
all on
up
that
to
show.
like.
It's all on that show.
Eric, what do you think about NXT?
Honestly, the only match I'm really looking forward to is Carmelo and Trick, because that's the only thing that really sold me on the card. Like, I like Obafemi. Like, I feel like that dude's gonna be a star. Dragunov hasn't had a bad match, so I can't say like that him versus D'Angelo is a bad match. But it's a bad matchup on paper.
Eric,
But,
Tony D'Angelo, though. Tony
but that match is
D'Angelo.
gonna deliver. How many bad matches have he had on?
Because he's incapable of having a bad
Hey,
match. But I'm
Exactly,
just
so
saying.
you know he's gonna carry that man.
I
Amazing
think
match. You're gonna be like, nah, I have no interest in this, and then when it comes, you're gonna love that work.
Ilya Dragunov's another dude I hate is happy. I wish he wasn't. God, I wish he wasn't happy, man. I would love him anywhere else right now. Anywhere else.
I don't know. Has Tony D'Angelo? How is he as a wrestler? Like, has he gotten any better?
No.
He's
No?
terrible. He's terrible.
Why is he getting this spot though?
Because they probably see something in him that nobody else. does.
You kind of get, maybe Tony Soprano vibes from him. The last time I saw him, that maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, he's
You
still
know?
doing that stupid thing.
So who knows? Yeah, but no, I would agree with you guys. I think this is just another skippable NXT show. I'm sure it'll be decent, but it just doesn't scream, 5 years ago.
Oh no.
New Orleans,
Well,
that
those-
show was amazing.
All those dudes are gone.
They either in AEW or jobbing.
I'll ask Markeem because Markeem probably was the one to know this. What about this DDT show?
It looks bad too. It looks bad.
I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm
The
like,
Takeshita match will probably be the best match on the show, but everything else, it's like there's.
why is
so
Eno
much-
taking on Bailey?
I don't know. It's like there's so much talent on that show, but they're booked in the worst possible shit or the weirdest matchups that nobody want. Why did they not just do Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Takeshita? Why did they not just do that?
Probably
Why didn't
because TNA
Politics.
didn't want him jobbing to Kesha. Probably.
Politics, man.
Politics.
So
That's politics.
all of a sudden they care about Speedball Mike Bailey jobbing.
Hey,
he job
just
on their
saying.
TV all the time. He job on their show all the goddamn time. Why can't he job?
I've been saying
That's
for
right.
how long that he should be their champion, but whatever.
If not their champion, at least in the mix.
Oh
for
no,
the title.
the
They're quarantined off in the X division and shit, man.
the CCK versus Brian Leaf and Shoto match should be good.
I'm not so sure, but okay. You would hope.
You would hope. I mean, that Billy Starks match could be ugly.
Man, that show, I don't understand. Like, what?
I'm wondering.
What were they doing?
I'm looking at this and I'm wondering if DDT didn't book it. If it's just got DDT's name on it.
Better.
And they're just using their talent. You might be right. You might be right.
Because that's part of the. That's part of Thriller Plus, all right? The DDT show.
You might be right. That might be exactly what's going on.
Just
DDT and name only.
Before we get into WrestleMania, just because I know that's coming up here, what do you think Tony should do for Collision for this week? Do you think he should do like storyline type stuff and keep things rolling, or should he just do like a?
I mean, it's a midnight show,
a mystery vortex, just go crazy, just
they're
book a bunch of
coming.
matches.
I feel like he should just do his regular
basketball,
show,
right?
What? Yeah,
They're
they're
on after basketball.
Yeah, it's gonna be a midnight show. Basically, I'm gonna say the same thing I said last time. I think that anytime they go up against the same day as any WWE pay-per-view, PLE, whatever the fuck you want to call it, they should just go balls to the walls. Just try to put on a better show than what WWE put on a PLE. Be like, just try to put on a better wrestling show, and I think eventually that will start to stick. Maybe I'm weird, but that's what I would do, because you're gonna get crushed by it anyways. And it's on.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. Either do a clip show or do that. No in between.
Right.
You're right. Don't treat this like you're right. Now that you say that, don't treat this like a regular Collision. Either put everything you're gonna put on this show, or just clip show or punt it. Or, yeah, I agree.
Or just a video heavy show, or a promo heavy show. You can either phone it in and say, hey, it is what it is, or you just need to go. We're just gonna go crazy and be done with it. So
look, make it must see. Have people talking about, hey man, I know you watch WrestleMania, but did you see Collision though? There's a match
because that's how, like, on a smaller scale, that's how WrestleMania weekend got started, was because the ROH shows
was better than ROH.
was better than WrestleMania, and then you had other people come around and they were doing better shows than WrestleMania. And it's not going to be a thing, but if you're doing that every time you're going up against a PLE or a pay-per-view, I hate saying PLE.
Then don't.
I think eventually people are going to be like, hey, they might not, they're not going to choose it, but eventually they'll be like, these are like must-watch shows. So
I'm gonna watch it later,
right? Which is still a win. Which is still a win. If you're watching a DVR, that's still a win for AEW. So,
all right, Eric, is your mic good, or are you still messed up?
Can y'all hear me now, or is it better?
Yeah, it's better.
A little.
Turn yourself up. Turn your headphones up.
Turn my headphones up. Turn me down.
Headphones up.
What?
Better, still the same?
It's better, but you still sound garbly. Anyways, WrestleMania 40, night 1. It looks like we're going to open with women's.
You're not going to talk about the Jersey Championship Wrestling match show, or the Joey Janela shows?
No.
Spring break.
HOG show. I'm actually.
Wait, JCW's putting on a show?
Yeah, they're doing another JCW and GCW versus the World.
Versus the World, yeah.
Oh, is that the one with Suri and Masha Slam?
And Masha, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I want to see that match too. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then you got the Tokyo Joshi Pro Show, which
trash.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I think the DDT show looks a lot better than last year's. I just wanted to make that point.
Last year's,
I think it looks like a good card. I don't know. Nightmare, you said it's not as good as it is.
What was on it last year? I don't remember.
No, they did a DDT versus Hollywood. They did. I just thought it was weird last year. From the outside looking at it, I'm not a DDT guy, but I just think it looks a lot better. You know, I thought it looks like one of the better shows of the weekend.
Oh, was that the show with Takeshita versus Ueno on it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was good, but I just thought everything else was kind of.
Okay, yeah, it's a little better than that one.
And then
it's still weird, but it's a little better.
The Progress show.
Trash. Yeah, John, we can stop now. The
Okay.
Progress.
And then
culture and everything.
For the culture looks like trash.
I gotta see my guy AJ Francis.
A black man, that show looks like garbage.
Can we talk about just that show? The premise of that show is so dead on perfect, and they have after the first show they completely ruined it. I do not. That is one of my biggest complaints with GCW.
I don't want to get you in trouble, Josh. So I'll take it away. It was a serious show with people that look like me, Eric, and Brandon. Now it is just another one of those stupid indie shows with a bunch of comedy matches and bullshit with me, Eric, and Brandon. It's annoying, bro.
And now it's on at midnight.
Exactly. Like that show. I felt so hyped after watching that first one. I was like, yeah, we in here.
It wasn't even that great, but I feel what you're saying.
But they took it serious. It felt, it felt like the most professional GCW show of the whole weekend. Now it's just another GCW show and not a good one. That sucks, man.
It sucks. I mean, you're putting it on in the spot that I don't even want to say this. You're putting it in the spot that you should. That's the Kaiju Big Battle spot. That's where you're putting this on. And instead you're putting Kaiju Big Battle on at like noon, which is
odd.
That's
a show you get drunk and have a good time and go see. Like, this you in your night with Kaiju Big Battle. That's what.
Exactly. That's not the.
Who wants to go see that at noon and then do other stuff? What the fuck,
right,
man?
I mean, maybe you can go to that show and then go watch Kong and Godzilla and Monkey Man.
Oh yeah, that come out this weekend. Yeah, so
yeah.
Monkey Man.
All right.
Did we talk about the WrestleCon show yet? Yeah, we already broke it down, right?
Little bit.
Talk
about the stuff that matters.
I don't know the gay brunch and the for the culture shows. I just think those are two you got to skip. You can't
put them on in the background if you're at home or whatever, but you're not really locked in.
I think the concept is cool, but no, I agree with you. From what I saw, it seems like a little bit of a mess with the comedy stuff.
Yeah, Big Gay Brunch looks horrible.
And we talked about the Ring of Honor show, right?
Yes.
No, I mean, not really, right? Did we go?
I mean, it's not much of the card to know.
Listen, is there anything that might be announced at the last second? Because they still
have. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 6 announced.
What about RVD at Supercard of Honor?
I mean, he's there. He's there.
Yeah,
but they also are planning to use him in a couple weeks for
420.
Yeah, was it Dynamite or something or Collision?
Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
It's got to be something that they're going to announce.
Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. They got 6 shows. They have 6 right now.
They had 10 matches at Final Battle.
Yeah, and
on the main show.
Apparently scheduled to appear is Austin Gunn, the Guns.
Oh, Jay White. Yeah,
Jay White
trios match.
And then Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. So
they should put. I think they should put. In my opinion, if you want to add some juice to Supercard of Honor, put that match on Supercard of Honor. The Acclaimed and the Bullet Club Gold.
The Guns.
Just put it on there. Just throw it on there.
That would be fun. That would add something a little different. I mean, I don't think the show
was in that show.
I'm really interested to see what the Dalton Castle match is like. Just from a.
I'm not gonna lie. I've enjoyed the build. I've enjoyed.
I'm wondering what they're gonna do.
It's so campy, but it's awesome.
They could literally, the two of them could literally go out there and surprise you with a really good match out of nowhere, or it could just be complete just comedy, silly, and it would still be good. So
time to fight without honor.
It is a fight without honor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it could surprise you like
Right.
that Dark Order match from last year.
You
That
know.
no
Oh,
one was
that
really
match
checking
is
for.
awesome.
Yeah,
That match is awesome.
And then
man.
you have the, and you've got the women's 6-man or 6-1, which that'll probably be really good, I would think.
the starter match.
Yeah, the starter match.
Yeah, what do you think about the starter match, Nightmare?
On Final Battle?
On Super Card of Honor, yeah.
I mean, Super Card of Honor. You get them 15 minutes. Should be great. It's better than every match on the Stardom show. So let's just put it like that. It's better than all those matches.
I mean, is anyone excited to see Mark win the title, or is it just kind of?
I think it's too late now, but I think it'll be a moment. It'll be a moment. It'll be a moment.
It's 11 years to the day when Jay won it, so that's pretty cool. But
he got hurt
with no build. I don't know. Not so much.
Yeah,
but I'm with
some juice into the show. So,
so what do you do after he wins the match?
I was gonna say what we can do after.
Where can he really go after?
Jay White.
Yeah, maybe.
Although people,
that would be. Hey man, I'm with it.
That would make people so mad though. That would make people so mad though. Oh, it's just a Ring of Honor title feud.
Hey, I would love. Could you? Yeah, Mark's out with his belt. Mark's celebrating. Then he gets dropped with a Blade Runner. I would love that. I would love that. I would obviously love that.
All right, so now time to talk about Mr. 40, Mr. WrestleMania 40, Night 1. Finally, the show of the weekend. It'll probably be the show of the weekend, actually, given how
I'm excited.
Lackluster everything else looks.
I'm excited. I can't lie.
We are opening. You trying to talk over me, Josh?
No, I'm just saying that. No, I think when I was looking, I think this was the better of the WrestleMania cards. So this should.
Yeah, Night 1 looks better than Night 2, in my opinion.
Night 1, we're opening with Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. She wants to get in, get out, which is usually a good WrestleMania spot. I don't know if this will be as good as Rhea and Charlotte was last year, but she'll probably try.
I mean, Becky.
I know it won't be, but it won't be that good. But it'll be pretty damn good though. I know that.
I think the crowd should definitely be interesting here.
But they'll be on fire for this.
They'll be
the first match of WrestleMania.
First
It's
match.
the best spot you could be.
Well, I'm talking about like who are they going to favor? I would say it's Rhea.
That's possible.
I think
Rhea,
she's hot right now.
So,
yeah, as a heel too. So that should create a fun environment.
You've been champion for this will be like a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be a whole year, yeah.
Man, title reigns just be so long in this company now.
Well, they're all about records.
Though, man.
They're all about records and credentials. You know, how many times you held it, how long you've had it.
I can't really name anything memorable as far as matches from this title reign except when she won it.
I thought that Nia Jax match was pretty memorable for different reasons.
well, that's true. I mean, she hasn't defended it that many times. She's very much.
That's a problem too.
She's very much doing the Roman thing, but she's around more than Roman.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't think it's really there hasn't been anybody that put Rhea way and be like, yeah, I can see her losing the title. Like, I don't think they had that with anybody else. Like Becky would probably, like Charlotte, those would probably be your best bets.
Bianca.
Yeah, Eric, you cutting out.
anyways.
All right. So anyway, second up, we got the 6-pack ladder match. Is it confirmed that they're going to split up the belts in this match?
I think I did read that teams have to pull both sets of titles now.
Each set of belts they got to pull both sets down. Like one team pulls down the set.
So would you like how would you do this in this match? Like if you have both of them hanging like the IC titles, like why wouldn't you just grab both of them?
Because they want to split the belts. I mean,
so are they going to have one set of belts on something and then they take that out and then they're going to bring the other set of belts and someone has to get that?
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it'll be I mean, maybe, or maybe they just have maybe they're setting right next to each other, like both sets, like you were saying, and then you get like the moment where two teams are going for the belts at the same
so
time.
maybe they have a bar and they're both split. Okay, that would make sense.
And then you have two teams get the belts at the same time, so you can split the belts. So I think that's dumb. I think it works better when the belts are together, but they're going to do what they're going to do.
I've really enjoyed Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate as a tag team, but I don't think they will do anything with them. You think Judgment Day loses here to start the breakup of that group finally?
Yeah, I think Judgment Day loses this match.
I mean, they could finally do. I don't know. They could do DIY, then since Triple H likes them so much.
Well, Chase,
Mania.
Could you run down who's in the match again? New Day.
So we got the Judgment Day or the champs going in against DIY, which is Gargano and Ciampa, New Day, Kingston and Woods, Awesome Truth, Miz and Truth, New Catch Republic, which is Dunn and Bate, and A-Town Down Under, which is Grayson Waller and Austin Theory.
Austin Theory, damn.
Is that their name?
Yeah.
A-Town Down Under?
Yes.
A-Town Down Under.
I mean, how do you guys feel about Damian Priest cashing in this weekend? I mean,
I don't think it's going to happen.
You don't think so? Okay. I hope it doesn't, but I mean, you would think if it does, they would lose the belts here. But
when is Money in the Bank? How long has he had that for?
He's had it almost
since
a year.
Last year.
Yeah, I mean, when will be the limit, Chase?
Probably is it July when the show is.
So it's Money in the Bank till Money in the Bank,
it's
or
is it
till WrestleMania?
No, I think it's
a calendar year. No, it's a calendar year.
Okay. Because it used to be WrestleMania, right?
Yeah. Right. But that's when it was on WrestleMania too.
You're right. I don't know. But it's a good mix of talent. I mean, I like to see Gargano and Ciampa win. I mean, I think that would make the most sense.
But
I think most fans
it should be a lot of fun, though.
Most fans are rooting for Miz and Truth
and R-Truth
to win. Yeah. Nostalgic pick.
God.
From the Awesome Truth era.
I'm so
2011.
Yeah, it's been a while since they've had a match like this at WrestleMania.
Anyways, after that match, we get Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic.
Sure. Man, 3 out of 4 parts of this match are awesome. 3 out of 4 parts of this match are so awesome. This would be so awesome
if it was Andrade instead of Dominic.
That would be awesome. Wouldn't that be so much better? Jesus, man.
Andrade he signed there to just stand around backstage and do nothing.
Well, and be with his wife. So
he put him in segments. He's doing something.
But it is what it is. I mean, I see Dominic, and I'm always like, I don't see it. Like, I get people are into him. I get people have fun doing him, but I don't get it. So
he sucks.
Then he has to do. Then he has to do stuff, and then it's like.
Well, at least he's not facing Gunther, though. Someone told me that was the match. I think it was Trademark. He was like, it's going to be Dominic versus Gunther.
My God.
Thank God for that.
I mean, didn't they do that?
They already did.
They did it on Raw, but he told me it was going to happen at WrestleMania. So, I'm just
because something like it was supposed to be Brock versus Dom, and Dom was going to get killed, which would have led to Brock versus Gunther.
Right. So the plans would change. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then they thought maybe it was going to be Gunther and what's his name from NXT?
Ilya Dragunov?
No.
Gable Steveson?
No.
Braun Breaker.
So
it's cool. I mean, it's cool that they're going back to Santos and Rey, though, because they actually had a cool story going back at Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not crazy about it feels like filler, but there's some decent story there.
When you got 4 hours each night to fill, you get some filler.
Yeah, this is one. I get the feeling most of you guys can live without this one.
Yeah, can we talk about that? The fact that are you guys looking forward to the time that's going to be between these matches?
Oh no, because how many is there? 7 on the card?
Eight now.
Eight matches, 4-hour cards for the WWE. You know these matches aren't going to go.
And we don't even know, and something's going to be on the pre-show.
Oh,
that's
God.
the thing.
I'm not watching. I don't need to see Rosenberg. And
Sam
like
Roberts.
the pre-show starts at 5. The show starts officially at 6.
Man, what?
So this is gonna be
an
long
hour
as
of just
fuck.
them fools talking about WWE superstars and the
Shuggy,
grand
shuggy,
stage
that,
of them
quack,
all,
quack.
man.
And then the show
Jesus
starts at
Christ,
6.
man.
So it's gonna be at least 4 hours. So good God. I'm not.
Anyways, after that Parejas Increíbles, we get Jimmy versus Jay, which
Heat.
Like the fans will be super into it.
yeah.
I heard they do that. Like that's the
Man,
thing. They
if
say
they
that.
could just, if they would just wrestle without the weird bloodline nonsense that I know they're going to do, it could be good. But I
Will
know
the fans?
what's
You said
coming.
the fans will be into this. You think so?
I think the fans
Yeah,
will be
that-
I
into
watched
it.
that promo and it didn't seem they were into that promo that they had.
Were they
kinda
not
quiet.
into it? I would say that's kind of. I would think they would be into this. I'm so like I watch their WWE stuff, and I'm so like don't understand what they like and what they don't like. So it's hard for me to.
They like whatever.
Yeah, you
they
know,
tell them
I
they
think
like.
the mindset is maybe we've seen the brother versus brother stuff too much in the WWE history to
That's
get
possible.
that excited about it.
And they're really only pumping 2 matches when they talk about that. They're pumping the Jeff and Matt, and then the who was the other one?
Brett
Brett
Owen.
Nolan. Brett Nolan.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't
think
know.
it'd be cool.
About
though.
super
I mean,
kicks
it
in a
really
match.
is interesting when you look at how different they are now compared to when they first came about. They were just so similar, like 7 or 8 years ago, and now they both have their own identity now. So that's what I like about it. But I agree. I'm not that excited about it, but it could be good. And I definitely think the fans will be into it. I think Jey Uso's hot right now, so
They should still be a tag team. This is ridiculous.
still be a tag team.
That's just how I
They should
feel.
I mean, they're
They should
eventually
still
going
be
to
a
get
tag
back
team.
together.
Their split
obviously.
made no sense.
Not at all. Not even a little.
Well, I just think Jay really got hot though, so I was just in favor of doing something different with Jay. So
Were you impressed with his match at SummerSlam?
no, but I don't think it was his fault though. I just think
Yeah.
a lot was working against him.
Gotcha.
Tribal combat.
The length,
Tribal combat.
you know, the show was too damn long. Just
Yeah.
that tribal combat, whatever it was. I wouldn't blame that all on Jay.
Eric, we good? Nope.
Oh.
No.
No.
That's all.
No. Oh, what?
Better?
Oh, now I can hear you. Yeah.
There we go. All
There
right,
we go.
cool.
Okay.
I had like 17 headphone changes. All right.
All right. So after that, we get Team for the Culture: Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi versus Damage Control. They're finally doing something with Jade. Is it too late? Or will
I don't think it's too late.
Will she
No.
shine?
I just
No.
think like we talked about this. I would have much rather, to me, and maybe they're going to do it down the line, and we can talk about this too. The fact that this WrestleMania seems to be setting up SummerSlam more than it is anything else. I still would have rather seen Jade versus Bianca in a singles match. I think that
Oh, no.
that would have been the no, but those fans would have been into it. And you just
No, I think the fans will be into. I'm just thinking of Jade having that match.
I think they'd rather them be together than apart though. Have you seen the reaction to like them? being
Yeah,
together?
maybe.
People love this.
At least right now, until maybe one of them turns
Yeah.
or something. But
Yeah. But this should be good. Like, I hope they don't. So here's the thing. I really hope that they all get like individual, which I'm sure we'll get because they'll have to for time, entrances. This is the one match where I'm kind of wondering because I really am curious because this to me really shows if they get Jade or not because Jade has to have her own separate entrance. So you might as well give all 3 of them their own separate entrance. If they don't do that, I'm just like, what are we doing here, really? But
They have to know.
yeah, I mean, this is the show that everyone gets their own entrance, elaborate stuff. So
Yeah, they have to know that, man. Jade's gonna get. Jade might have dancers or something like she did in AEW.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe because she's never done this one. Maybe she comes out in like a Wonder Woman outfit because she's done like.
Hey Josh, chill out, man. I'm
Storm,
gonna be watching this with my
Jade.
woman. Chill out. Chill out, brother. Oh man! Oh man! Oh man!
That's a fact.
Oh my goodness! All right.
My girl loves Jade, so I feel you.
I mean, mine does too, and she knows I love her in a different way. So,
I'm just saying that I mean, she did Storm throughout and maybe she'll do Storm again, which would be fine. But I'm just like, it's WrestleMania, her coming out, in a Wonder Woman outfit, like complete. Like, I just think that would be a really cool visual. But
I'm more excited for this women's trios match than last year with the Trish.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. I just seeing Jade come out to the ring will be a spectacle in itself. And I would agree with Trueslayer though. Like, I think the Bianca match, you'd rather see that, but I think this is the right way to go, like down the road.
Okay.
Anyways, after that we get Gunter against Sami Zayn. Do you guys think Gunter's years-long title reign finally ends, or does it keep going?
I don't.
I don't think so. No.
I hope that Sammy turns back the clock a little bit, and like Russell's doesn't do the. I mean, a little bit, man, because he's in his sports entertainment bag. I want wrestler Sami Zayn, man. I mean, well, that guy. Give me that guy in this match.
You know what Gunter's gonna do?
Well, yeah. It's gonna be him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we know what he's gonna do.
It's gonna be Walter.
Be good. I'm not as excited as I was for that freeway from last year, but I still think this will end up being a really good match.
I think this is probably going to be the match of the weekend if I were to put money on it. So I'm really excited
of the whole weekend of everything of the whole weekend.
Who can really compete with this?
If he turns back the clock, if Sammy turns back the clock, what's gonna be better than this? I mean, this literally.
Yeah, no, definitely.
This could be special. And the thing is, I think if Sammy wins, that tells you that should alleviate the concerns about Cody, because that tells me Cody's definitely winning.
That's not my concern with Cody, of him winning or not. That's not my concern.
We can get into the fact
concern.
that.
We ain't there yet.
Josh, you're thinking because Gunther's losing up. That's what you're thinking.
He's losing up.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
Who else is Cody going to feud with? Because he can't feud with.
No,
Rock.
There's no one. There's no one.
He can't feud with Rock for another 3 months at least until you get to the thing with SummerSlam. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the fact that
we'll get there. You're jumping. You're jumping. I know what you're gonna say. You're jumping ahead. We'll get there.
So I just want to ask you: do you think they would keep the title on Gunther until the Berlin show, or would they take it off of him to go for the belt at the Berlin show? Like, what would make the most sense?
What's the Berlin show?
It's in September. It's called Bash at Berlin.
Oh, okay. Because I know they just announced.
Yeah, that's after SummerSlam. So I'm thinking, like, what's the better way to use Gunther? Keep him IC champion, have him defend in the main event, or probably go against Cody? I don't know. That's
you might be playing with fire, having him go against Cody there. I mean, but honestly, a cool atmosphere like that. Everyone going for Gunther and not for Cody might be cool.
That's a good point.
And Cody might like it because Cody might be like, "Hey, I can play heel a little bit." Mm-hmm.
I mean, does that make this match more unpredictable with Sammy and Gunther?
Because you still got to figure something with Cody if Cody's winning. So, and I hate saying if because there's like
you never know with these people.
You still got plenty of guys you could go to with Cody.
Plenty. What, Seth? That's it.
Drew McIntyre and Cody. That's never been done before. So I could buy you some time.
Yeah, but what if he loses? Like, that's just weird. Like, he loses.
But what if Drew? But see, the thing is if Drew wins, then what do you do? It's like
you can just have Drew belittle Cody for never winning and just say, "I beat Roman." Like I hadn't.
Unless you're gonna,
I didn't even try and I beat him.
Unless you're gonna unless you're gonna have Drew win, and then you're gonna do a feud to unify those titles.
They're not doing that.
They're not into unifying.
So it's not going to unify them. Cody is going to win the title, and then either Drew or Seth is going to have the title, and they're both in the same show. So what are they going to do with that?
Cody probably going to go to SmackDown.
We'll have another draft, guys.
Yeah. We'll have another draft.
Oh, yeah. Don't they do it every year after WrestleMania?
Yeah, they now do it after
Superstar Shakeup.
Not anymore. That guy's gone, so we're back to draft.
Okay.
But in terms of Gunther and Sammy, though, I definitely don't see. I can't see Gunther losing this match. I just think the IC title is too hot right now, and Sammy's been IC champion before, so would that play against it?
No,
Wasn't he Intercontinental champion during the pandemic?
I don't know. Was he? I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you.
When he fought Daniel Bryan, right, at WrestleMania 2020.
Sure.
I do not recall.
Oh my god!
You don't change.
I don't know, man. I checked out in 2018.
So I mean,
and came
I don't know.
back
I
for
feel like
this
Sammy
shit.
had his moment last year. I think the match should be great. I just can't see Sammy winning. But the match should be phenomenal. This is my pick for the match of the weekend. I will be surprised if it's not the match of the weekend.
We'll see. We'll see, man.
We shall see. My pick for match of the weekend is The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. The Rock and Roman Reigns win. It's a Bloodline Rules on Sunday, but if Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins win, it's just a straight up match.
I'm genuinely excited for this match.
I feel like
want to see this.
Storytelling, drama.
I feel like honestly,
What grisly injury will The Rock incur?
Don't say that. Don't say that.
But I feel like honestly, Rock and Roman should definitely win because the best story to tell is in the main event. Do your 2019 Jay White New Japan special. That match is crazy in the next night, and we'll get there. But the most ideal thing is for Rock and Roman.
I am just curious how he's gonna work being this big.
With Rock?
He is so much bigger than he was
He's so big. He's so big.
He is so much bigger.
But Chase, let me ask you, when was The Rock's last match? Because they said 8 years ago. I thought it was 11 years ago.
Well, he had that 30-second match at 2016 WrestleMania against Eric Rowan.
That was a match?
That was a match.
Technically, they ring the bell.
I
They ring the bell. He had a rock bottom. They counted 3.
But no, I thought Rocky was pretty big when he wrestled Cena. He was carrying a lot of muscle mass at the time. And
he's bigger now.
Not like this.
He's way bigger now.
Sanders, go back and watch that, bro. Go back and watch. It's not the same. This guy here is.
Well, we really haven't seen him work with the shirt off yet, so I'm not sure.
I haven't seen him with the shirt off in a while, so.
I think he looks in good shape, though. He looks strong. He looks powerful.
He needs to just say, I'm gonna do the Hogan stuff and just do a Hogan match.
Stuff?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think
he's at that point.
Well, he did tear his Achilles, and sometimes that goes under the radar. Maybe that had something to do with his, losing some little of that explosiveness. Because The Rock is a great athlete. I always thought he was a great athlete.
I was never that big a fan of The Rock, but one thing is undeniable. That's the biggest star in the world. Not just wrestling, the fucking world.
Man, his entrance is so dope.
That shit is amazing.
I watched that shit like 5 times today, man. I was like, God, this is so dope.
I was like, yo, this feels like the biggest thing to ever. The Rock, legit feels like the biggest thing to ever happen.
Like I said, no one in wrestling, in every aspect, from the owners to the bottom tier person, no one is above The Rock. Like, he's such on a bigger level than everybody else.
But is that a good thing?
I can't say that. I can't say that. And yeah, that's not my thing to say. That's up for them to figure out. But right now, for me as the viewer, again,
it's been awesome having him come back as a heel. I think everything has been a lot of fun. I'm just excited to see how he looks.
The problem with him being the heel, though, is that they're never gonna boo him. They're never gonna boo him. It's not gonna happen. It's not, it's
right.
So
He's just acting like himself, and then that's when he's at his best.
Do you think this is the match that will actually have people not standing around waiting to see what will happen, and people will actually be into this like a wrestling match?
Well, everybody's going to be out there.
As opposed to Roman and Cody.
Yeah, because that match is going to have the shenanigans, and everyone's going
to be waiting, and that they're going to do they're going to make you wait 20, 30 minutes for the shenanigans, which is just
I don't know about that long, but
dude,
they did last year.
It's
That
That was last year's
I don't
gold
think
match.
The
So
Rock
this is
gonna go
this
there.
year. I don't think they're going to wait that long to start.
That's
to start the
that's
shot.
why I think it works out better if Rock and Roman win. So let's just get to it. Let's just do it. Let's just go crazy.
So what's the finish of
Tribal
this
combat.
match?
I think the finish. I mean, this is going to sound horrible, but my prediction would be Drew would interfere and cost Seth the match.
The world champion. You're right, though.
Does that sound predictable? And
I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
think that
No,
would work.
yeah, that'd actually work. That would probably work out the best.
No, hey, knowing these people that they pin Cody, ain't it?
I mean, if you want to set up The Rock versus Cody at SummerSlam or whatever,
and
if you have
do
some BS shenanigans happen to Cody,
then you have Rock pin Cody, and then Cody beats Roman. Then you can do that. You can and get that whole still dynamic, but we'll see. I mean, that's still on the thing that Cody's going to win, and I'm 90% sure he's going to win. But there's still that 10% of.
yeah. So it's definitely going to be Bloodline
never
rules.
Oh, I would assume it's going to be Bloodline.
I would think Cody would be like, no, we're doing War Games booking for this.
Heels have the advantage. Yeah.
Where the heels have the advantage, and I have to be the super baby face. So
excited for the match.
Hell, they already. If you pay attention to these super online WWE fans, even though they cater to casual fans. Anyway, if you pay attention to them, if you watch the truck in the background when The Rock was beating down Cody, by the way, amazing segment. But when you look at the truck, you see Austin and you see John Cena. Oh man, who knows what that could mean? Maybe they could come out here for no reason because those fans want it for some reason. I don't know.
I would want that too. So let's do it. So
I mean,
but why? It doesn't make no
Austin
sense.
drop a video. I don't think it's a video saying
Well,
someone
I wanna
left
see
beers in his truck, like a Easter egg
how
type of
great
thing.
would it be if Rock comes like you're doing the whole Roman and because Rock is already overshadowing Roman, so it doesn't matter.
Oh my god. Understatement. Oh my god. Roman Reigns looks like the little homie. This is crazy. This is
Right?
this
So
is so crazy.
and it looks like they're gonna win, and then you have, of all people, you have Austin come out and somehow mess with The Rock. I mean, that's perfect. That's perfect booking in a lot of ways. With that,
And their last match was like 21 years ago. It was like a whole thread on it.
I
Like
mean,
people were like, oh yeah, these are all the things that like line up for Austin to come back to.
Of the people that are the people this is for, what would they want to see? That is what they would want to see. They would want to see just a little bit of
especially you got a lot of people who are parachuting into this show
right.
who are big Rock fans from back in the day, and you're going to bring Stone Cold Steve Austin back?
That have been telling me they're all about this. They're only watching the clips because they're only watching the Rock stuff, but they are.
I'm only watching the clips.
For this.
It's been great.
But they're only like I had so many people last night at work tell me that I'm actually going to watch. They asked me because they know that I normally work on Saturdays if I was going to be there Saturday, and I'm like, no, I'm taking off. And they're like, good, because they said they've been watching online, and but they've just been watching the Rock stuff. So but that's also I think an issue because. Probably is Rock even going to be on the Raw after WrestleMania, or does he just leave?
It doesn't matter. It's all, the payoff.
This is not issues. This is really not issues, honestly, for me.
I know. It's not a fan issue, but it'll be interesting to watch to see how many.
I think it's a little different now because the Rock is on the board and shit now. You know what I mean? So he might be more in on all of this shit than he was before. He might be more in on the week to week, day to day. He might want to stick around.
Rock works back in.
Yeah. Like who knows, man? Who knows? He might be here for a while. Who knows?
Anyways, night 2, we are opening World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins against Drew McIntyre. I think Drew wipes the floor with him.
I think this depends on how hurt Seth still is. I think.
Has he signed a contract yet? Is he contract coming up soon? Seth Rollins.
Both
Seth
and Drew.
Both.
I think Drew.
Drew is Drew.
He just announced the show for his hometown.
I think Drew has agreed to sign. He just hasn't signed yet. But Seth and Becky are both up soon, so that's But
Curious how that plays into this match.
it would shock me if they both left. It would like that would be.
I tell you what, both are going to leave or neither leaves.
Yeah, I mean that's not unless it's a deal where Seth is like, "Fuck this, I want to go." Like,
no, he's not that guy. He's become total company.
I'm just saying, maybe somewhere deep inside, we don't see it.
Yeah, I don't feel that same way, Chase, as I did like 2-3 years ago. Like,
what?
As far as him being like the super company guy.
Maybe it's something in him going tired of hearing about this Will Ospreay guy.
Yeah,
like,
it's not. It's more of I want to go out and I want to like prove that I'm as good as I think I am, and then I can always come back. I think it's that. That's
not even prove. You can go and be the big guy every single place. Like you don't have to play second fiddle to any of these people. Like you'll be the top guy.
I'm gonna be proven right when everyone find out he's not as good as. But
hey,
yeah, do it, Seth. Go ahead and do it. Do it.
I don't know, man. I don't see Seth leaving WWE.
I mean, I don't either.
I can't see it.
I think he's a
I don't see him like have a chip on his shoulder anymore. I think he's proven that. Even going back to Ring of Honor, he's proven how good he is. You think Ospreay would make him want to go to AEW? That's interesting.
I don't think it's Ospreay. I think it's just.
I don't think it's necessarily Ospreay. I think it's the conversation, because the conversation to them fans that's their Will Ospreay. You know what I mean? But most of us are like, man, he's not as good as any of the guys that we watch.
That's like great value, Will Ospreay.
He's not even, I mean, he's not even the best dude on his own roster.
He called him great value, Will Ospreay.
Well, I can see why you're saying that, maybe because of what happened with Edge, but I think Edge is kind of in a different place.
No, he wanted to go have fun with his friend.
Yeah.
He said what that interview was it last week where he was like, I feel like I'm actually doing something now where, the whole time I did that run in WWE.
It was terrible.
He was like, terrible. The only thing I really sucked my teeth into was the one thing that was kind of okay, which was, that last feud that he did. So it is what it is.
What was the last feud?
The
Christian stuff.
Yeah, the Judgment Day stuff. Like he felt like he could get into that. Everything else he felt like it was like, what am I doing here? We're not really.
That was just very weird how they booked that. Anyway.
He did that Hell in a Cell match last year. That was
that terrible Hell in a Cell.
That was horrible. Oh, I forgot about that.
You didn't like the Hell in a Cell?
No, not at all.
With Finn Balor? Oh.
No,
I thought it was pretty good. But in terms of Drew and Seth Rollins, I mean they've wrestled a lot. I mean this is what their third big match.
Mm-hmm.
Seth went over both times, so I would expect Drew to pretty much win this thing. I just hope there's no Money in the Bank, bullshit, and Drew wins.
Yeah.
Their matches are pretty strong though. I enjoy their work.
Can we talk about the build of this match, of this CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre match? Can we talk about
there we go.
Match that's not happening. And this
none of these matches that's not happening. Seth and Rollins isn't happening.
Cody and Rock and Seth and Roman. None of those matches are happening. But those are the
three biggest matches for this show are not happening. They're happening at SummerSlam probably. So, which good for SummerSlam. I mean that's good for them because it gives them SummerSlam will probably be huge because of that. But it's just really weird. So,
SummerSlam's in Cleveland. That's kind of weird, huh?
Everybody's favorite summer destination.
Damn. Who you, Joe Kim Noah? That was crazy.
What's so special about Cleveland?
I don't know, man. You don't think does Cleveland have any beaches?
Yeah, it did. Because remember, Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs went out to there when they did the freaking beach break, and they had Tony Schiavone freezing his ass off. Anyways, after that, we got Philadelphia Street Fight with Bobby Lashley and the Street Deficits versus the Final Testament.
The Final Testament.
What's the problem with Bobby Lashley?
Not Bobby Lashley.
He's ageless.
Who is the Final Testament? Who is that?
That's Karrion Kross
and AOP.
Oh yeah, no.
Karrion Kross sucks, bro. He was just in NXT.
Where did the fall off though? Because at one point they made him seem like the biggest starter, like that was coming up next.
Hunter figured out he couldn't work.
He just sucks. That's all it is. He just sucks.
Dude,
it's like I've seen so many other things where it was like, all right, this is good and this is good, but now it's just
His
Everything-
debut
nothing
in
to do.
NXT, everybody went crazy about that goofy entrance. And that's what put everybody over the top. Oh, Karrion Kross is the next guy. He's the next guy. And has done nothing since.
Because
Nothing.
at the end of the day, the bell rings, man. And Killer Cross has been bad since I've seen him. He's terrible.
Hey, man.
He sucks, man.
Kind of killed the territory, in my opinion. Granted, they did that stupid Keith Lee and Adam Cole thing.
Oh,
Where they
God.
switched the titles and everything. But then Karrion came right behind that. And NXT was never the same for me. So I don't like this guy. And AOP, what are they doing? Doing anything at all?
Wait, is Ellering still part of the act?
Yes.
Of course he is.
Yes.
They got Ellering and they got Scarlett Bordeaux. It's like
What? What is
Tommaso
Paul
Ciampa
Ellering
when
got
Tommaso
for?
Ciampa had 3 managers and 2 valets when he was in Ring of Honor. You just give him all the people.
Oh my
Try to get him over, but it don't work.
What does he do other than look funny? Like what is
Well, but the thing is you know that Paul's going to give Cross like the entrance he would like to have.
You're right about that.
What sucks is I've been watching, me and my girl been watching the Bianca and Montez show, and they just, I just finished the last episode where him and Dawkins had the tag team match last year, and he's like, oh, like this is on my road to stardom for being a singles competitor, and he's doing a 6-man tag with these guys. Kind of feel for him.
All 3 of those dudes, honestly, Bobby, Montez, and Angelo, all could be
Anyways,
doing something more interesting.
Well, wasn't Bobby Lashley cut from WrestleMania last year?
Yeah, he was supposed
He
to
was on
wrestle.
The Battle Royal. He was.
He had a
Oh,
match
wait.
before that was planned, and then it got cut. He was gonna. Both of those people were gonna be in the. Bobby and whoever he was facing was supposed to be in the Battle Royal. Then they cut that too, right?
Something happened, yeah, because Bobby showed up at
Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt too. He's supposed to face
Bray Wyatt, that's right. It was supposed to be Bray.
We know what happened there, unfortunately.
No, that wasn't.
But, it's cool that at least Bobby Lashley's on the card, though.
wasn't- Yeah.
It's better than nothing.
You're gonna forget this match in T-minus 48 hours.
Speaking of matches, you're gonna forget Diet Rock LA Knight versus AJ Styles.
oh
AJ.
my God. Oh my.
We'll see how good AJ is.
Hey, Chase, what's up with AJ's physique?
Roy,
He's talking Randy Orton.
Same thing that happened to CM Punk. That
Like Mark Wahlberg on Pain and Games, blown up, bro.
like I love you guys so much.
That was
I
the most
have
jacked
fun doing
up
this
he's ever
show
been.
every week. But the one thing that I will never forgive you niggas for is that the fact I gotta watch this shit. I have to watch
You don't have to watch it. Just like you didn't
Yes,
have to
we
watch
do.
Elimination Chamber.
Yes, we
Like
do.
I didn't. You don't have to watch this. You can see
God,
this.
man. Who the hell wants to see LA Knight versus AJ Styles?
Hey, the WWE fans is the big match for them.
Yeah,
It's a
modern
real big
AJ
match for
Styles.
them.
Let's put this in modern AJ Styles.
That is still Eli Drake. That is still Eli Drake, man. He's not any good. Never been any good, man. Oh my God. Oh, I don't want to watch.
Like any of his stuff in Impact, I mean, it wasn't a lot, but
No, Eric.
He was
like
the
even the
same guy.
beginning,
Eli
the
Drake.
beginning was okay, and then everything else kind of just.
You didn't like what? Oh yeah, what Eli Drake match do you remember? What
Listen,
classic
it does-
Drake?
Remember, not even light. Remember.
It's just all of, they weren't bad. I remember him and Drew had their thing, like when they went and did the stable was him and somebody else, and I was just like,
He's
You
a
don't even remember who else? Somebody else. You don't even remember.
he's a competent wrestler who is.
You got to
good enough
overcatch
on the
rates
mic
right
to
now.
pass.
that looks like he should be better than he is.
Exactly. He's a good talker. He can talk his ass off. But the bell rings, man. He has like competent pro wrestling matches.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing overly terrible. Nothing that's gonna be like.
So
it's the worst.
you're
Sound
saying
like Mike Wardlow.
You're saying that Karrion Kross and LA Knight should form a tag team called But the Bell Rings. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
but
saying?
the- but the-
I would take Eli Drake over Karrion Kross. Like, don't get it twisted.
Yeah, yes.
Well, is anybody happy for AJ Styles though?
No.
No.
I'm happy
Well, I
he
mean, at
can
least he's
He
getting
got money.
money.
make a living. Yeah.
Yeah, give AJ Styles all the money.
I
like-
like AJ Styles.
I watch AJ in WWE, and I'm just like, I miss AJ.
Again, you ask the
Exactly.
question: does he have a legacy in this company? Like something like when he
No.
retires, you're just like, oh man,
He's
like all of
been in
that
some
AJ
big
Styles.
matches though. I mean, Nakamura, Shane McMahon, Jericho.
he has
a good like catalog of solid but disappointing WrestleMania matches. So,
That's the thing. You said it. Solid but disappointing.
Well, no, I'm saying maybe this is where AJ takes that next step.
No.
Now, granted, he did his thing against Shane. He helped that match out.
Yeah, that was the match of the night. Some people thought.
But like
I don't know, man.
The Nakamura one was disappointing.
Yeah, I would agree though. AJ and WWE, it hasn't been. I mean, it's been better than expected, but it hasn't been great. You know, it's not AJ and TNA.
It started.
It doesn't feel like he's home.
It started great. The whole John Cena feud that was great.
Yeah,
yeah.
Even the Roman match, the Roman.
You know what I'm saying? He had a good match for Roman. Yeah.
He's older than Punk said. He's older than him, and so he still looks pretty good. So I'll give him credit.
Holds up better than Punk.
Oh God.
We'll get there.
We'll get I don't want to do that now.
Anyways,
my bad.
After that, we got the triple threat match. Logan, I'm going to rehearse my ass off Paul against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
You keep hating on the rehearsal. Who cares?
He's
do a good
good.
job.
He's good.
He's good.
I want to see it without rehearsing.
Why?
I want to see it.
Okay.
I want to see it.
How many other wrestlers do you want to watch without rehearsing?
Most of them do it.
He's still good.
Not as many as you.
Not as much as this dude does, though.
Yeah, but this dude isn't like this dude's.
But think
This
about
dude does it to the extreme.
He's what, 3 years in?
But is that not a good thing though? Does he not know that, you know what I mean? He's not gonna go out there and sneak it up.
You're
He
right.
wants to make sure.
And the thing is, yes, he rehearses, but he still does all the little things like in between the moves and
all that stuff. Stopping plays to the crowd. He's even a better seller now. Logan Paul's a better seller now. Like, come on, man. You can't get.
He's always been a good selling. Look at the center of the ring.
Jeez.
Oh my God! I'm talking about the actual.
Took me a second. I feel like he's probably going to take the most spectacular RKO of all time if they can figure something out.
Oh, they'll figure something out.
Hey, Chase, what's the match again?
It is Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Steen, as he will be known again real soon.
Oh, he's not. He's not going nowhere.
He just resigned.
Man.
He's not going nowhere.
He resigned last year.
I believe Rollins will leave before him.
Wait, he resigned last week?
No, I thought he was
last
he
year,
signed an
right?
extension.
He resigned recently. Yeah, he's
No,
not.
man, Kevin cannot leave this company until he faces Punk.
He's
That's
also,
the match I'm dying to see.
he
Owens and
also-
Punk.
He loves that place, man. He loves the WWE.
Oh yeah, no,
At this
definitely.
point.
Are you guys happy that it's a triple threat, or would you rather kept it just Owens and Logan?
That'll be more of a spot fest with three
Yeah.
guys.
Like,
I mean, couldn't they find something for Randy to do other than this?
I don't know.
This is kind of feels a little weird. I'll tell you that.
I can't get into Randy stuff.
yeah,
So,
like I don't even know who I would want to have Randy go against. That's the thing. So this is fine.
I wouldn't want to see any of these
love
guys in a
Randy
singles
Orton.
match together, but
Yeah.
a three-way, like, that's fine.
Because Randy can like in a 3-way, Randy can like disappear for a little bit, come out, hit a couple cool stuff.
Yeah, it should be a fun match, no doubt about it.
Like-
But I don't know. I'm so up and down on Randy Orton. Like I loved his return, but there's other moments where I've just been so down on him. It's very weird. But,
He's still
No,
very
it's
seen-
not.
you've
That's
seen
the
it
story of Randy Orton.
You see
still very much.
He comes back and he's cool, and then you remember, oh shit, that's
everything
Randy.
he does, it could have
They're
always
They're
just been a
wrestling
little bit
Andrew
better.
Wiggins.
That's funny.
No, this is what it's like. The build-up's cool, then they do the match, and the match is kind of like until you get to the ending, and they do some spectacular like RKO
That's-
spot, and then
That's
you
WWE
freak out,
for
and then that's it,
Everything.
and that's it, and that's
oh,
Randy
man,
Orton.
you were there for WrestleMania 25, so you know better than anybody.
Oh my god. It was kind of cool that we all got up out of our seats at the same exact time and found each other in the
I know.
because it was so boring. Oh my god! And then the next month at Backlash, I had the match I should have had. Oh god. Anyways, after that
you know
we got.
what's funny about that? The build for that, like Triple H was the most interesting he ever was in his
The build
whole
was
career.
great.
Before that, and then the match
goes out there and calls that bullshit of a match.
We got Io Sky versus Bailey. I don't know how it's gonna be. I don't know. I haven't seen Bailey forever.
Bailey is physically done.
of this one.
And being honest with you, Io Shirai is not Io Shirai anymore either. So
They were campaigning for this to be the main event.
that's crazy.
What?
That's
Is
crazy.
that the
What?
same people
No.
that campaigned for tooth and nail to be on pay-per-view and got what they deserved?
Oh man, yeah, that was a
The
bad
same
decision.
people.
Tony shouldn't have. Yeah, he should have held his ground.
Io Shirai is not, and it pains me to say that because I'm such a huge fan. She's not herself anymore. Bailey can barely walk.
So Bailey gonna win it, right? Bailey gonna win
I mean, she's got to win it. So.
All right, Bailey gonna win it. So we got Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. So I'm gonna talk about what I'm scared of. What I'm scared of is that Rock's gonna turn on him in this match, and Cody's gonna pin him after rock bottom, and it won't be like Cody's actually winning. It'll be like he gets gifted.
He got gave the
Yes.
So here's why would you do that when it's very clear
Why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't they do that?
Let me finish. The match to do is Rock versus Cody.
You think he wants to stay a heel forever?
No, but that's the match. That's the money match.
You can still do that match while doing what Chase said, though. Unfortunately,
Well,
like,
yeah,
you can still do it.
I know.
What they need to do is this: they need to look at the G1 final from 2019,
Oh my god.
where the match is shenanigans, and then the
match
last
was
5
incredible.
minutes. The last 5 minutes is Cody and Roman in the ring, trading counters, blah, 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 crossroads. That's it. That's what they need to do. All the bullshit happens, but the last 5 minutes is just Cody, Roman.
No,
That's what they should do. And I would come on here and call that one of the greatest things the WWE has ever done if they do that.
Because they should definitely we should get all of that. You're right. It should be, all of the faces come out, help Cody with the all of that, and it should. You're right. Happen during the match, so that the last 5 minutes or so is just Cody and Roman, and Roman after all this time has no one but himself, and he loses because that's part of the story too.
And he looks like he might win. It looks like.
Right.
Oh shit, he might be able to do this himself, but he just can't quite do it. Because
right.
Cody is just a little more crap.
And like I said, and I think Rock should pin Cody on night one, just because then you're setting up layers upon layers of stuff, and then you can the Rock and Roman match that everyone figured can still happen next year,
right?
If you want to do that, but then you can do Rock and Cody at SummerSlam. And maybe really make Cody even bigger than he is. You could, which would be something. But we'll see. We'll see.
Could y'all imagine that crowd they did what me and Josh said? Imagine that crowd. Imagine how much will be into those last 5 minutes.
What happens if
an entrance or a big move?
What happens if Cody loses?
Cody's not gonna lose. Don't even talk about it. There's nothing.
Hey, I'll tell you what happens if Cody loses. I'm coming on here on Tuesday and I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun on Tuesday.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's happening. But there's still that part of me
egregious
after last year.
He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. That dude is not here to rip something up. But
that wasn't necessarily him.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't him, Chase. If you believe what they said,
it was the other Paul. It was the other Paul and Roman.
You're gonna tell me what after that Monday Night Raw that happened that night after? All right, whatever.
In hindsight, it was the better decision.
Yes,
let's be honest.
And
1 year later, we can say that was a better decision for him to lose and to run it back.
Was it?
Year.
But it was
the way things have worked out, absolutely.
I would agree.
I'm with you, but I'm not. The Rock stuff makes it all worth it at the same time. But the year of just the Roman stuff, I'm not so sure.
They got through it. They got bigger. They got more popular over this year. He got more popular over this year.
But it would have got more popular anyway.
I don't think so.
Nah,
I don't think so. Everyone knows the chase. The chase is always more exciting than the ring. So to have him chase and then you bring The Rock into this now, oh no, they made the right decision.
But they didn't know they were going to have The Rock.
They didn't know. Yes, they didn't know that, but it worked out. So it's lucky favor. It worked out for them.
I agree with you. I'm just saying that they backed into it. They fell
upwards. That's what happened.
Yeah,
they fell upwards.
They're Jon Snow wrestling. They fell upwards, bro. That's all it is.
That's funny.
Is it time?
Y'all can have at it. Y'all can have at it. There's literally nothing for me to say. So,
Well, I mean, I'm sorry to bring it up, but what about the actual match though? I'm not a huge fan of WrestleMania rematches. I think most times they don't really work.
I mean, I'm 19 hours for one.
How do you feel the match is going to go compared to last year?
Okay, last year, right? I thought like in a vacuum, that match was awesome. I just thought the wrong finish happened. Right. But I thought like in a vacuum, the match itself was fucking fantastic.
The finish absolutely killed that match.
Well, the Solo Sikoa stuff.
The Monday Night Raw finish.
Man, up to that point, I was like, this match is fun. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this match is fucking fantastic.
It felt like the most unpredictable match in WrestleMania history, and that's why I loved it.
The thing about it is, it was a bad run-in. That was the other part of it.
And we've seen it at Clash of the Castle. They did the exact same thing.
It was a bad
they already did it.
Yeah.
So it would have been different if you can do a run-in, and I don't think it would have been as bad, but you did a bad run-in. That was and it came off. It just like that crowd where they were to where like it was night and day. Like
I don't know as a match. I don't know as a match if it's going to be as good as the one last year. I don't know about that. But
it's going to be wackier than because it's going to have a bunch of shenanigans on there. So it's going to be a completely different match.
It'll be a different. I think it'll be a different match.
It'll have a different.
It's going to be a lot more fun this year than it was.
Yeah, it'll be like a fun like story, like probably like an old.
We're going to get Austin and Cena.
Or like an old school Hogan match from like prime Hogan against like the Heenan family, where you would have like the multiple Heenan members. Like it's going to be that, and that's not a bad thing, but you just have to book it right, and you can't be like got to come up with some inventive things and not just do trope after trope after trope that people are just going to be like there. And you've got to give people enough to where they're not going to be sitting there waiting for the finish.
For the bullshit.
Yeah. You have to be into selling tickets and drawing money.
Oh my God. Good segue. It's a good segue. I feel like that was so good.
Who cares about having a great match?
I'm here to sell T-shirts and get likes and clicks. That's all. Bro.
All right. So how do we want to approach this? Who wants to go first? Because
guaranteed money ruined professional wrestling.
Well, okay, I will say this.
I understand why
there is a point. There is a point to that. However, you say that with like, hey, it hurt pro wrestling in the way that guys aren't maybe as hungry as they were before, but it's helped pro wrestling in the way that it's.
I don't know. Will Ospreay getting paid more than he's ever paid, and he's eating more than anybody ever.
It's almost like performance gets you paid compared to other people, and I think Punk doesn't like that because
he could have just said. All he had to say is he could have just said, guaranteed money has really changed pro wrestling because guys know they're going to get paid. So what happens on the show doesn't matter that much. That's all he had to say. Right. Instead of saying guaranteed money ruined pro wrestling, which is such a harmful and toxic thing.
But did he say ruined or did he say kind of hurt?
No,
he said he used the word ruined. He used the word ruined, and it's very awful for him to say that, especially coming from a dude who's hurt right now. So what are we doing, man? What are we doing? You're hurt right now. Imagine if you didn't get your guaranteed money because you can't be on WrestleMania right now. Your tricep exploded again. So what are we doing? What's happening? Oh, fuck him in every way. But y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Josh, I know you had a lot to say at first, Josh. Go ahead.
My thing is
who want to go first?
I'll go, and I'll just say this. The thing is you saw the part of him that we all know is there, but I think you definitely saw it ramped up, and you saw that part with like this. Here's the stuff he said when he talked. This is what was eye opening to me. So the Adam Page promo happens. And he's like, yeah, we needed to get lawyers involved. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? And then to say, and the elite never wanted me in that company anyway.
Hey, no, that is the biggest lie ever told on the internet. That might be the biggest lie in history. You can go back to 2015, 2016 of the Young Bucks going, hey, man, we want to work with this dude. We bug him all the time. Like, we love CM Punk. And then
And he
CM
even
Punk
said that.
At Starcast himself, he said, "Hey, those guys call me all the time. All they got to do is give me a real offer, and I'm there. I love those dudes." He said this. He said this. What, man? Fuck this guy, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, his perspective is his perspective. I'm not here to say how you feel. You're a human being. We all are inclined to feel how we feel. But stop fucking lying on the internet. That's my thing. Like, he lied so much during that.
And then
the hypocritical shit for him to say, like Chase said, it's all about drawing money, and these people don't want to draw money. You are the one that said you felt no passion from the WWE because it was corporate and all it was about was drawing money. You said that. You came back to you said yourself, I came back to pro wrestling after I left pro wrestling in 2005. So what is it, Phillip Brooks? What is it? Is it all about drawing money, or do you love pro wrestling? Which is it? Because it seems like you'll just say anything. But go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Okay. And if it's about drawing money, then why did you have your hissy fit about working with Adam Page, which would have been a huge money? And then you get pissed at the Bucks because the Bucks are like, "No, we're not working with you because of this." All right. Just hypocrite.
And they gave him six. Remember, it was a 6-month window. They said, as long as you don't fuck up, we'll work with you. Yes. And then you wait till like month 4. You're like,
it wasn't month 4. It was immediately on Collision.
Yeah.
Getting in Ryan Nema's face. Oh my God.
But then he went off about Jack Perry, Jungle Boy, and the whole thing about that is, it happened. And then how did everyone find out that it happened? The way everyone found out happened because it was Punk and his people let it get leaked of what happened.
Kept it going.
And then it became an issue. It was an issue after that. It was an issue. If you want to, all the stuff that he said about like Tony Khan and Tony Khan doing the things the way he does, look, everyone has been saying that for like years now. So that's not a big, like, huge thing. Anyone that thinks that's a win, or the fact that the whole thing about, well, they're not into making money, that is Jim Cornette bullshit, is what he's spouting. And anyone that didn't think that he was in bed with Jim Cornette while he was in AEW, which everyone always kind of like, this is the stuff right here, because Jim Cornette has his little, his vendetta against the Bucks and Kenny Omega, because he feels like that they, and by the way, not enough media people call out Jim Cornette on this bullshit. I just want to point that out. Or Eric Bischoff on his bullshit. I just want to point that out.
They're not going to stop, though, bro.
They're
not going to
stop.
Anything that
what is it going to be, man? Two magnets going against each other.
You can at least
you can call anybody calling out Jim Cornette. All you're going to do is like give him more content to go forward with the show. It doesn't work.
In the point of like, you just need to say people should not be listening to Jim Cornette because he's being. That's all you have to say.
But people know that's the thing. That's the thing about the internet, Twitter, like Jim Cornette, Eric Bischoff. They're okay with lying because they know that's how they get paid. Like I get clicks, I get people, I get traffic when I lie. Like lying is the best thing to do on the internet because people rather sit there and like they like the lie of whatever their bias is. So as long as it leans towards them, they don't care. Like so, Jim Cornette has said a bunch of wild shit, racist shit, sexist shit. Just all around fuck shit about just wrestlers, all types of weird shit. And I'm just like, there's nobody cares. Like I've come to the conclusion. Mad people have called Jim Cornette out, but no one cares. There's nothing you can do when people have enemy number one, which is Tony Khan and the Bucks, I guess, or AEW as a whole.
Because they can't be objective. But I want to read this tweet because I told him I made, and I feel like it's very, very appropriate. Because I was talking about the guaranteed money quote, and follower on Twitter, watches the show, supporter. The GOAT says 3. I don't know your name, but this is your name on Twitter. Fuck what you have. Appreciate your support. He put, funny how left in quotations, wrestling personalities like Punk and Cornette have such reactionary and conservative views they reserve for wrestling. I don't think it's a coincidence so many Cornette sycophants that he's talking about himself, have interacted with say things like, I don't agree with his politics, but That's how it always starts. I don't agree with his politics, but like, come on, man. I thought that tweet was
Gonna make
amazing.
an exception for this to have be a bad faith actor. I don't understand. I don't understand why people go towards a bad faith actors, but I get it because it's like those are the people that say the things that I want to say out loud, but I know I can't because people will dunk on me online.
The bottom line is, and I hate to fucking steal, but it's been said before me by many different people, but I feel like it needs to be said again. These people, I feel like, don't actually hate Tony Khan. They don't actually hate the Young Bucks. They hate that AEW exists. What they wanted was the WWE to be better. They didn't want an alternative. They just wanted the WWE to get better. And now that it's better, you can go away. That's what it is. It's just that simple. They didn't actually want an alternative, man. But it's here. It's here, bro. It's here. It's here.
So knowing that, what are we arguing?
Another
like,
TNA.
what's the point of? Like, I don't understand what the argument is about when we know that's the case for a lot of these people. They just wanted to WWE without Vince McMahon.
Like, I wish more people would not. And like I said, I don't think you need to go on like continuous like 10-minute rants on these guys. But I think that you do need to be like, by the way, if you're listening to Jim Cornette or Eric Bischoff, you're an idiot because they don't know what they're talking about. I don't think saying that every great once in a while is a huge, massive thing, just to remind people over and over and over again that they don't know what they're talking about. And you can throw Bruce Pritchard in there too. I mean, the whole little thing. Because we know.
Go ahead, Jack. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is, and you have people like in the media don't even like to talk about this. They don't even, or what I would put in this category, that when you point out that pretty well documented, if you go anti-AEW, that is more beneficial for you than in some regards, even being very pro WWE. And people don't want to hear that. And people don't want to talk about it. And that's a problem. That's a problem that AEW can't even fight because that's like out of their hands. And people just don't understand that aspect of it. And it really, really bothers me from that, because I look at pro wrestling from a very different perspective than a lot of people, because I grew up, I was always had access, even, before tape trading, to different types of pro wrestling. And you got different types of pro wrestling. You had the, at the time, WWF and the over the top and all of that Vince McMahon superhero type pro wrestling. But you also had, Jim Crockett Promotions, which was much more, traditional pro wrestling. And I even had access to AWA at the time, which was even maybe like more old school for the time pro wrestling. So you could see that. Later I got to see Memphis, which was much more, comedy based in a lot of ways, a lot of more variety show type
sports entertainment for sports entertainment.
Yes. Yeah. Type of show. You go farther, you said like even WoW, which was, is WoW really wrestling? But or not WoW, Glow. Glow. But the first iteration of WoW, all the other promotions that would come along, I was always watching stuff. So to me, when people have this weird concept of wrestling can only be done one way, and I've seen my entire life that that's not the way. There's just different ways to do it. Are there better ways to do it? Yes. Are there legit criticisms of AEW? Yes, there are legit criticisms of AEW. I have no
I got a few.
Yeah, I do too. I think that one of the criticisms that I think people make, but they're not making the right criticism about the video packages and whatnot. I think one of the things when people make that criticism are primarily the people that only want to watch consume their weekly pro wrestling through YouTube clips or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and they don't want to actually sit down and watch the show. In that way, yes, WWE is a lot better because
they're the king of that.
They're the best at
constant content.
Yeah, they're the best at that. AEW is not, because they don't structure their shows in that way. So
because they want you to watch the show. They want you to watch
it because it's about watching the show. That's the big difference that I think a lot of people don't really point to, and it's just way people now. I think that's a legit criticism if you put it that way. That modern viewers, modern fans, modern whatever, the way they consume the product is different, and you need to be able to understand that. So you need to make your video packages not like, hey, we're gonna put the road twos like they used to, which were like 30 minutes. People aren't gonna watch that. You gotta cut that up into like 2 minute,
Shorts
3 minute,
and
5 minute
reels and
clips.
everything else.
Yeah,
that
like
short
that sort
form
of thing for
content.
people to actually consume it. And I don't think AW is great at that. So that to me, when people
I want to talk
video
about the shit that going back to CM Punk. I want to talk about what he said about Wembley. How he was like, how the whole story he told.
Oh, well, that's what I was talking about.
I just got a question about that. He kept on saying Wednesday night. He said this is not Wednesday night, but I'm like, that's a pay-per-view. It's Wembley. It's all in. Why was he calling it Dynamite?
So the original story was okay. Jack Perry was getting ready to go on vacation. He wanted to, at Collision, he wanted to tape an angle for Dynamite where he broke a car window. There's a lot of different stories, but he was destined to do it. Punk basically went to him because, even though he was like, Tony wanted the separate shows, but who ran Collision for that first while Punk was there? That was no secret that was Punk's show. He ran it. And so he told him no, and they were like, okay, well, that's fine. And that was the end of that story. Well, then later, about 2 months later, I think, magically the story gets leaked, and it was leaked by people associated with Punk. So then the story of them getting into a confrontation about him not being able to break a car window for an angle becomes a thing, and it became a bigger story than it was. So then at Wembley, when Perry said whatever he said to the
go cry me a river after
real glass, cry me a river.
That's what it was. It was more. It was less about the fact that they had the confrontation, and more about the fact that Punk basically leaked this shit that didn't need to be linked, and it became this big story where it sounded like Jack Perry was pissed off at Punk because Jack Perry is a Bucks guy. Right. That's what the whole thing was about. So that happened at Wembley, and that's what led to the whole I just choked him thing, which
I don't believe that because every person said that this motherfucker was screaming and acting crazy.
Yeah,
everyone has said that. All of a sudden, you calmly walked up to Jack. I'm supposed to believe you, Phillip Brooks, calmly walked up to Jack Perry, said whatever. I forget what he said. He said to him, said whatever he said to him. And then choke them a little bit. No one chokes anyone a little bit. When I've choked somebody, I'm whooping ass. Like I never choked anyone a little bit.
Get the choking because Jack Perry
escaped just a little bit.
And then
that's why it was a little bit because he escaped from the chokes. I was like, damn, you couldn't do it at UFC. You couldn't do it a regular person either, bro.
And then he stopped because Joe tells him, "Hey, you need to stop." Every story basically says, which every story says Joe basically got in there and told him you need to and stopped it because he was being Joe. I don't know. It's
DJ Who Kid said the big Samoan dude came and pulled people apart. That's what he said.
And there's only one big Samoan.
Everything DJ Who Kid said, I feel is exactly what happened because that is a guy who has nothing to do with this.
Dave Meltzer said there was multiple people not associated with the promotion at all that were backstage that he talked to that basically contradicted everything Punk said. He said that last night. So it's just like, what are we doing?
About Bryan Danielson, what was the story about? Danielson recommended that Punk could get fired. Did you find it interesting that he didn't mention Danielson?
Oh, because he know better. He know better than that.
Danielson would beat the shit out of him.
He wouldn't have a friend in the world if he said something about Bryan Danielson. Everybody loves Bryan Danielson. I wish he would have said something.
Because the two main people supposedly that recommended after everyone went back, talked. They did their investigation. It said he needed to be fired. Were Bryan Danielson and Samoa Joe. So and at the same time, those were also the two people that everyone felt would have his back the most. So the fact that they were willing to say he needs to go says a ton. Yeah. So
and those are the two people that he's afraid of on that roster. Let's call it what it is. He thought he could try the Young Bucks. He thought he could try fucking Jungle Boy. He wouldn't dare try either one of them. He wouldn't dare try Chris Jericho. Because you know that story, you know what I mean? They said, look, Chris Jericho was like, hey, you need to chill. He didn't do none of that shit with Chris Jericho. I bet not. Because Chris
Jericho
can't do
anything
over.
with anybody that can actually whip his ass. That's the thing.
Pretty much.
So
he tried anybody he felt like he could physically, you know what I'm saying? Which makes him soft. Fuck that guy, man. CM Punk is not who we thought he was. Well, he is. He's exactly
no, he never
what
was.
What are we talking about?
I think he is. I feel like as a wrestling community, we need to learn how to huddle up, and when he talks, turn around, go, good job, Phil, and turn back around and enjoy ignore him. We need to learn how to bully people better. Bully that man. Bully that man by giving him silence. Let him talk into the zeitgeist, and nobody listens.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do.
Let me ask you this. I'm going to tinfoil hat a little bit.
You've never done that before.
Yeah, I never done before. Do you think it was coincidence this interview happened the day the New York Post?
Nope.
He knew that was coming. Somebody said something to him, and that's when
Now, granted, this was like a week. They had announced this like a week ahead of time.
Right.
So, like,
but
to have a week's heads up about it, I don't know about that.
But I think this interview is very different after the story came out. Because maybe CM Punk doesn't say any of this shit. Maybe
that's true.
Maybe he just does the WrestleMania press run.
Because I definitely thought that, that press release that they put out about, 18 to 49 viewers, I definitely thought that was like, let's just counteract, what's coming out about this Vince story. But yeah, I could definitely see that, Marquine, where they'd be like, like turn up the notch on AEW and just kind of go full tilt.
You can't tell me that Nick Khan didn't call Ariel and be like, hey, can you ask these questions that we don't want anyone else asking? Because but
and can we talk about that too? Can we talk about the weird praise Ariel Hawani's getting for this interview? It's clear he'll do that. We're talking shit about Tony Khan, absolutely. And then the very next segment, participate in a fucking angle, hyping up a match at WrestleMania. But stop praising this dude, man.
But he's not a wrestling reporter, Marquine.
Fuck this guy, man.
He's not a
kayfabe reporter. It's all the same. I don't get it. I don't get it. He doesn't deserve the praise. Most of those people don't deserve the praise, and people covering the story saying like, "Oh, Punk is finally telling the truth about everything." He's clearly lying. Are not the heroes in this.
Like I don't think he
didn't challenge him on like the false stuff, like the stuff that is on the internet. He didn't challenge him.
He knows believes that too. his chest. Eric Hawani's like, yeah, I believe
you. You want to know about Errol Hawani? Go back, watch. He did a thing with Pollock, where it was him and Pollock basically going over like MMA news, and they were talking about the fact that they are good friends, but they hadn't really talked for a while because of when Ariel did the WWE thing, and Pollock called him out on it, which he should have done. And the way that Ariel answered Pollock and the way he basically talked down while he's talking live to Pollock, basically talked down wrestling journalism and that's not his thing and blah 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 blah, and that was such just bullshit and says so much about Errol Hawani that I was just like, you know what, fuck this guy.
Look, he's loyal to Nick Khan, and I get it. Nick Khan got him paid. I get it.
Yeah.
Nick Khan got a lot of people paid. Nick Khan got Stephen A. Smith paid. Nick Khan got so many people paid. I get it.
Nick Khan made tickets and drawing money irrelevant.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
CM Punk. Yeah. your boy is why that happened, by the way. Not the other Khan, the Khan you work for now, you son of
I wonder if Punk is going to give back any of that guaranteed money after that during his injury, because it's like, you shouldn't take it, bro, because you didn't make anything. You're not working.
Right. Harmful to the business, man.
Well, Sanders, you gonna come back Tuesday to review WrestleMania with us, or are you gonna?
Hey, there probably won't be any of the. There probably won't be any of the this stuff unless something else crazy.
Are you gonna do it on your own? I know you love
we
doing
didn't
your
Yeah, no, I'll
reviews.
probably do it on my own, but no, I'll come on like maybe occasionally if you
All
want.
right. And, you know, this might scared you off, but glad you're still here.
No,
But
no, I mean, to just wrap it up with Punk, I think the turning point. I don't know if anyone agrees with me. Was that Revolution against MJF when he came out with the Ring of Honor music and like nobody reacted. I think that's when he kind of started going crazy. That opened the door up.
I reacted.
Hey, I did too.
Come on, man. There's like nobody.
He did his little dopey thing, and the fans didn't react. That might have got to. And you might be onto something. I didn't think about that. You might be onto something.
And then obviously, I think the Cabana stuff is, one of the main catalysts as well. Obviously, which sounds like cancerous, like the way he talks about it.
It just blew my mind. I never thought about it that way. He did his little nerdy thing, and these nerdy fans didn't get it. Oh man,
that's true.
Sounds like he's coming out to a remix to the Terminator theme.
Well, with that, we're gonna wrap it up. I have no funny videos. I'm just hitting the button. Raj Giri, fuck off.